Hey guys! Hey, oh hi, sketchy new sketchy NPC. Welcome back to stream. Okay, so welcome to my Itch.io games, like playing Itch.io games today. So I'm gonna be playing two Itch.io games. One is this visual novel here, the Ninefold Promise. I've actually played some games from this creator. The person who made this is flaminghotlemon, which I've actually played two games from them beforehand, and they were both otome visual novels. So this is also an otome visual novel, but with like a twist. Oh, I've been doing good. I haven't been that busy today, but just this part of my day has just this part of my day is just the relaxing part. Yeah. Yeah, I usually play visual novels a lot in this when I stream, especially on Saturdays. Um, but anyways, there are some content warnings for this game. Just like I always like to mention the content warnings, just in case. But some of the content warnings is signs of obsession, manipulation, and descriptions of violence. So, this might be a yandere game. From what I've seen with those yandere warnings, like maybe it's something like that. I usually plays a lot of yandere games, but I think this might be one. We'll see. It seems nice for now. Have a good time. I do like a little bit of yandere stuff sometimes, but yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna be playing this first. I think this game might be long. It's 12,000 words. So I didn't realize it took people 2 hours to play this game. So it might take me 2 hours, which is like, huh, I guess the stream might be longer than I thought, but we'll see. I mean, I love a good, like, indie game. So, and also the art looks really nice. So let's just get started, I guess. Choose your pronouns. Okay. She, her. Oh, by the way, Sketchy NPC, how have you been today? Okay. So, okay, we don't get a name? I thought we were gonna get a name. Guess not. I guess we don't get a name. Okay. I woke up slowly, the warmth of another body pressed against me. Oh yeah, wait, we have a boyfriend! So, not too long. Oh, dang. Yeah. Well, good morning. Or, if it's not good morning, uh, good day. um... For a moment, it felt comforting, familiar even. But as my eyes adjusted to the dim light filtering through the curtains, my pulse began to quicken. All I remember was waking up from a nap beside my boyfriend. I don't have a boyfriend. What? Whoa, wait. Bro, wait, why are we starting with that ominous sound? What was that? We were having a good time here. Okay, wait, can I check my menu stuff? Okay. Maybe it was a dream. Maybe I was still dreaming. Oddly relatable. Oh yeah. Wait, he's still here though. But then he stared beside me, his arms tightening around my waist.
Good morning.
What the fuck is it? Whoa. Whoa, wait. I know this was partially voiced, but that was so loud. Wait, hold on. That was extremely loud. I never had like, okay, like I gotta like let's just lower this. I'm kind of worried that I'm gonna be like bass boosted by sound. But what is that mic sound? Yeah, he was really close. Wait, is this legit gonna be the sound of his voice, or is that just one take? Because if that's gonna be the whole time, that's like, huh, I've never had that before when it came to partially voice acted VNs. This is a huge first. I stared at him, dead in the face. That seemed so too real. He shifted again, the time propping himself up on one elbow. I felt his gaze burning into me before I turned to meet it. The man, or whatever he was, had the face so perfect and bordered on unreal. I tried to pull away. What? Wait, that was different! That was, I don't know if you heard, I hope you guys heard it, but that was very low. Yeah. One gift where the guy in the entry puts the mic in his mouth. Which one? I feel like there's multiple. Bro, wait, what? Okay. I don't want to get tricked. I'm gonna move it here. I don't want to get tricked by that. I wonder if that part was on purpose, because that was kind of funny. Around me, I saw a not Netflix movie still playing. A bowl of popcorn on the floor and things that evidently pointed out that I was watching a movie with my boyfriend. Who are you?
It's me, Kai.
Okay, he's normal now. I guess he's normal. What? Oh, if you try to post in GIF, yeah, the GIFs don't like post here. I've kind of blocked the images too and like links on chat. I couldn't breathe. The name meant nothing to me, and yet flashes of memories flickered in my mind. Holding hands, whispered conversations, laughter. What? I don't...
It's okay. You had a nightmare, right? I'm here for you. I always will be.
Okay, that was... Okay. He's kind of close to the mic a couple of times. I think that part might have been on accident. Because it's too low now? Oh, hold on. Okay. Is this better? Or is it just, it's not the music, it's just his voice. Can barely hear it on stream now. Really? Okay. What about now? I increased the desktop audio. We'll see if it speaks good. Okay. I was just wondering, is it when he speaks, or is it just the music in general? Like, for like the whole audio from the game. Because I think I've been having problems with my games where like the audio's fine, but like when they speak you can barely hear it. Just when he speaks, okay. Let's just do this. Let's increase that. And okay. Hopefully this will be fine. The music is too loud. Hold on. Okay. Actually, let's keep the sound volume the same. Okay, what about now? Is that better? Thanks. Okay. He raised his hand to sweep away the hair out of my face, evidently concerned about what I was saying.
First, remember your name, where you are, and what you're doing.
Okay. Okay. What is your name? I'm Bert.
Are you sure?
I'm gonna lower that down a bit. Okay. I'm sorry, right at my... I think the guy might have been too close to the mic. I think that might have been what this is happening, because I thought this was like a joke thing, but I think that he might have accidentally been close to the mic. Oh wait, I forgot to save my game. Wait, can I go back? I can go back.
Are you sure?
Yes, it is.
Right. That's you. Now, where are you?
My house.
What were you doing?
I'm gonna lower it a bit more. Watching a movie and eventually falling asleep.
With?
3 years! 3 years! No, I don't know who you are. Secreting in the closet. Actually, like, recording in the closet is normal for, like, voice acting. Like, I'm, like, not, like, for, like, as, like, something bad, but just, like, even people who have, like, good quality have to be in, like, a small room like that. Oh, I know? Okay.
Yes?
It's safe. But apparently there are 2 endings to this game. They were gonna make a 3rd one, but, it hasn't been made yet, so I guess we're gonna be seeing two. Only me? Who are you? Oh, he looks nice! Oh, okay, it's not voice anymore. Yeah, okay. It's okay, we can do this all over again. Maybe something went wrong in my spell. Spell?! Shh, you've forgotten this day. Bruh, no. What are you talking about? His eyes sparkled, and he pulled me in for a hug. I lay still, comforted by the presence of my pillows, blankets, and his arms. I never knew my sofa was this relaxing. He smiled and locked his eyes with mine. You snapped out of your nightmare. His voice was gentle, calming the storm in my chest. His hand reached for mine, intertwining our fingers, though I could not help but notice how hesitant he was.
You scared me for a second there. What kind of dream were you having to make you forget me?
He chuckled softly, the sound warm and familiar. My initial unease began to melt away under his gaze. Something about his presence felt grounding, like an anchor in a sea of confusion. It felt so real, like I didn't know you.
Well, I'm here to remind you every day if I have to.
Gotta lower that a bit. Gotta lower it a little bit. Okay.
Want to tell me about the dream? Or maybe I should just distract you with something better?
You really think you can distract me that easily?
I'd say I'm pretty good at it.
Okay, now he's low. I'm sorry for these adjustments. I'm trying to get like something like right here. As to prove it, he pinched my face. I'd heard that was for sure.
See, you're not dreaming. I'm real. We're real.
What an odd feeling I had before. You've always been with me. What was I thinking? I felt his arms around me again, gently resting his face on my shoulders. I think it's the quality of speaking too. I think maybe it might be like the mic. Yeah. Yeah. He seemed to enjoy every last bit of my warmth, as if I would fade away.
Oh, don't worry. I think you're hungry. Maybe breakfast?
Miso soup. Bacon! Miso soup is fine.
Is that a sign to make some breakfast for you?
Please. Kai stood up and stretched the muscles in his arms, flexing as he rolled his shoulders. He walked toward the kitchen, and I couldn't help but laugh at how he looked so unfamiliar with everything. I leaned back on the couch, listening to the faint sound of cabinets opening and closing. A small clatter followed. Do you need any help in there? No, I've got this. Singing soda pop. Yeah. I hope it's at the same time. It's the same timeline, like the same time when this the K-pop Demon Hunters event happened. I sat up, already suspicious. The sound of eggs cracking echoed, followed quickly by these hiss of butter hitting a pan. Then silence. Hey, I wanted miso soup, not eggs. Kai? It's fine. Everything's fine. I peeked into the kitchen and couldn't hold back a laugh. Kai stood by the stove, spatula in hand, staring down at the pan as if it had personally wronged him. Okay, so maybe I lied about being good at this. Maybe. He turned to me with an exaggerated pout. Don't laugh, I wanted to impress you. By burning breakfast? I thought effort counted for something. Scoot over, you're lucky I know how to cook. I'm lucky for more reasons than that. He watched every single one of my movements. I love watching you. Don't just sit there, get the plates. Yes, Chief. Chef. Yes, Chef, okay. He jumped up, bumping my shoulder as he passed. This felt easy. This felt like I've done this a billion times. I set up the table while Kai grabbed some plates and kitchen utensils. He calmly sat on the opposite end of the table to me after he handed them to me. A small detail I like that the character is blinking. That's a small detail I like about this. We ate the breakfast that I whipped up, miso soup. He stuffed his face full, leaving not a single bite behind. Well, you can't really bite miso soup, you can just drink it, but I guess that works. Unfamiliar. Before I could voice those thoughts out loud. Vad if thank you for much. He enthusiastically wiped his mouth with my handkerchief and smiled happily. He seemed unsure what to do and continued looking at me and to gauge my reaction. You're welcome. We sat in silence for a few more moments. It was incredibly awkward. Am I going to go to work? Are you planning to go to work? Work? Like that thing humans do to get money? I'm sorry, I've known you for like 3 years, but why do I feel like I forgot your job? He stood up, panicked. What jobs do you think are attractive? This is because my job is attractive, by the way. Sometimes it comes with tofu. I guess we can just like chew it. Yeah, I got an attractive job. What's gonna wildlife rehabilitation for foxes? I love how specific this is. I don't know. I mean, their jobs. Sure. I mean, I don't really. Okay, let's just choose this one, I guess. Wildlife rehabilitator for foxes. This is quite an attractive job, yeah. It's really more of a personality quiz, yeah. I don't know what would be an attractive job, to be honest. Oh, well. They're just like okay to me, and nothing that was like very, very appealing, I guess. He nodded his head, deep in thought. You're very right. Foxes aren't beautiful creatures. And I chose to be wildlife rehabilitator for foxes since I thought of that, definitely. Huh? It would be kind of funny if they put like Twitch streamer or YouTuber on there. Divulge your preferences on stream, yeah. Usually like these visual novels, they sometimes have like good questions where they try to like ask, well, they're specifically like kind of showing what your personality is. One that it does this, I think I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was like the frig, I forgot the name. I always call it the Cove game. I feel bad I'm forgetting the name. I'll probably mention later. I'm going to leave now then. I'll arrive at 11 and meet you back at 2. Think Twitch was trying to job. Nah, not really. I just thought it would be really funny if they put it in there. I feel like it would kind of be like a joke job. Even though that's just for me saying that, even I'm like streaming right now. I don't know if people probably think that's attractive. I don't know. I guess it's their preference. God, you having 400 followers. I don't think that way. Maybe there are some people who think that, probably. He scratched his head and sent me a nervous smile. I didn't know the type of job required only 3 hours. You're getting 3 hours? Are you even getting paid? Like, well... Well, mine does, by the way. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Wait, what is he gonna say about the workout? Your work outfit. My boss is chill, so it's not necessary. Bye. Oh wow, okay, he was fine with that. She is a streamer. Yeah. Oh no, this is a guy. He suddenly slammed the door. I looked at the place he was standing in a moment ago, wondering if he would be okay. I was consoled by the fact that he was a grown man and he could suffice on his own. Despite me being utterly confused about his profession, he should be alright. Oh, I thought he meant your job. Oh, no. No, his job is 3 hours. He's pretty responsible in my memories. Enough about him. I work in a work-at-home job, graphic design. Oh, I guess we do work at home. Okay. It's a pretty chill job without much to worry about unless you get an art block, then it's all over. Actually, no, okay. That's just, I think graphic designing is a cool job. I wouldn't say attractive, but I think that's a cool job. Like doing art or like making like comics or like games is actually a pretty good job. Like, I know you don't get paid that much. Usually I hear like a lot of people don't get paid by it, but I think it's just cool making like art processes. I decided to go outside first instead of working immediately. I strolled casually through my neighborhood. It's a small one, but it always heavily comforted me. Do you find attractive? None? I wouldn't say attractive. I think cool. I feel like cool and attractive are two different words. But I find some jobs cool. No jobs that I think like that I can think of as attractive. I knew everyone here and everyone knew me too. Do you find any jobs attractive? By the way? Like, or like you just think they're like, okay, they're just some cool jobs, not like attractive jobs. This is a place I've stayed in for about 15 years. Ever since I was a teenager, and I'm not planning to move out at all. It's in the most impactful way possible. My home. My family wanted to move into a big city of Tokyo years ago for my education. Okay, so we're in Japan, which I guess that makes sense because this stuff has to do with kitsune. And this area was the most peaceful and cheapest one I could find. I looked around on the left side. Granny Lily said she's out of town for the week. Jenny's probably on her way to her office work right now, and Liam is definitely at home snoring his guts off. Bert? I turned my head around, wondering who suddenly called me out. I was greeted by the smiling face of Mr. Ray, the single father living in a few rooms away from me. Who was the pretty boy I saw that came over last night? You say a doctor is pretty attractive because, like, so much dedication, brain power. That's like a hard job. Yeah, I think like it's like impressive to just get to that range because you have to study a lot to be a doctor. Like you have to take a lot of years for that. I'm just like I like think that's I think that's a cool job. Or I don't know if I would say, actually, I take it back. I don't know if I would say cool. I feel like it's a stressful job, but it's like impressively you get to that point. Like you have like a lot of like dedication or like just like what was the word? Not strength, just like you can pull through like a lot if you get to that point. Like that's I think you should congratulate yourself if you get to the point where you can become a doctor. It's just because there's a lot of work to it. Yeah. I grin at him. Some guy. Oh wait. Let's save here. I forgot to save. Okay. Are you sure? He doesn't look like it. He's my boyfriend. Oh, for how long? 3 years. What? How come I've never seen him before? You should have introduced me to him. He's come over very often, though. Why are you lying? He hasn't. I wouldn't know. I hear everything going on inside these thin walls. Don't say that, Ray. Don't say that. You always notice when my daughter visits, don't you? Alright, and I don't remember ever introducing him to you either, which I should have done already. You told me you were single a week ago, too. Wait, my phone's ringing. Hope you get that sorted out, Bert. Ray's left in a rush, retrieving his phone that was ringing non-stop inside his apartment. I continued my stroll, but now with something etched deep in the back of my mind that goes into your apartment. Yeah, I hear everything, especially all those videos you watch. Those 20-minute essays about anime. Everything seems so odd with Kai, which is impossible. I remember our first car trip together, our first meeting in the rain, or everything. I cleared my thoughts and focused deeply until I got distracted by a pair of fox ears in the back of some bushes. There were shadows of what seemed to be a dog. No, a fox. I walked calmly to the bushes, trying not to alert the fox. Wah! A very humane sound came from the bushes, telling the fox, cosplayer, a child with fake fox ears. You were watching a 2-hour video essay about SAO was bad last night. Yeah, that's what I was watching. How did you know? Raw. The pair of fox ears disappeared from my line of view. That was very curious, to say the least. I checked in the bushes one more time, making sure I didn't miss anything at all. I found a little pen, one looking like it belonged to a traditional kimono dress. I better keep it to return and apologize for scaring the young cosplayer away. It's time to get back to work. Hurrah hurrah! Let's check up on what my boss sent me. I haven't started at all, but I already have a headache. I pitter-pattered all day on my laptop until the clock turned 2 p.m. It's about time that I stopped for the day, and Kai will arrive soon too. Ring ring. That must be the sound of the doorbell. I ran over to the front door and greeted Kai. I'm back. He smiled at me gently, his eyes crinkling at the corners. He looked a little disheveled, his collars loosened and hair slightly tousled, but still as charming as ever. Welcome home. Help with his bag. I reached out to take his bag, but he quickly pulled it back. No, I got it. You don't have to do everything for me, you know. But I want to. He was clearly reluctant about the bag, but allowed me to handle it. I set his bag down by the couch, and he followed me into the living room. I'm curious, why is your work so little? 3 hours. Oh, my boss is cool. That's suspicious. Anyways, I can't wait to show you what I found while I walk into work. What? I'm actually so excited to tell you. Where are your shoes right now? We're going outside. I'm in the middle of work. He looked at me and rolled his eyes. Fine, I'm coming. I barely agreed when he dragged me into the shopping district, weaving through stores like he had some grand plan. We stopped in front of a jewelry store, the sunlight glinting off the display cases like a scene straight out of a romantic drama. Yeah, my name is Bert. I always name my main characters in Otome games Bert. Really a jewelry store. Oh, I kind of like that the way they show like the scenes is through like panels like this.
What? You don't think I have good taste?
He opened the door with a florist gesturing for me to go in.
After you, my liege.
What's going on here?
I was passing by earlier and saw something interesting. Come on, humor me.
I followed him inside, the cool air of the shop washing over us. The room was quiet, save for the soft hum of a display light and the faint murmur of the shopkeeper chatting with another customer in the McDonald's mic. I'll probably mention about my thoughts of the voice acting once I'm done with this game. I don't know if I wanna say now. Like, I wanna get more thoughts on it once I finish the whole game. Kai wandered immediately to the case in the center, his eyes sparkling as he leaned closer to inspect the items inside. Planning to buy yourself a diamond necklace. You look good. Sapphire. I like sapphire. He shot me a look, his lips twitching to a
I
smirk.
look stunning in emeralds. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Bold choice really brings out your eyes. His eyes are gray. When I think of emerald, I'm thinking of green. But his eyes are gray. Oh well. He chuckled, but his attention quickly returned to the display. I stepped closer, following his gaze. It wasn't the flashy pieces that caught his eye, but something simpler, a delicate silver ring with a subtle fox motif etched into it. That one's nice.
Yeah, it is.
There was something in his voice, a wistfulness I hadn't heard before. He straightened, clearing his throat, and turned to me with a grin that didn't quite reach his eyes.
What about you? Anything catch your eye?
Not really, the joy. I want everything! Please buy me everything. Thank you very much. Oh no! Not again. Okay. Have to do this really quick. Oh. Okay, nice. Oh lord, what have I done? One day, I promise. But I'll look at the simpler rings now. His question hung in the air for a moment longer than it should have, and I felt heat creep up my neck. Why? You planning to buy me one? What if I am? I rolled my eyes, trying to ignore the flutter in my chest. Then I'd say you're terrible at surprises. You're supposed to be sneaky about it. Oh, fair point, but I'd rather you pick something you actually like. Makes it more special, doesn't it? Honestly, when it comes to like a friend or if for like a significant other, I personally don't mind if they ask me. Like, one where like they don't have like the pressure to guess, but also like you have a better chance of just like knowing what I really like. Like I don't mind if like you would ask like me. I think that's really like actually like good. I don't think that's like a bad thing at all. Because I think people see that as a bad thing probably. Cute relationships proper. Yeah, honestly, that's true. And not only like in a romantic relationship, but just also like in a friendship in general. Get risky guesswork. Yeah. I don't know why when I'm thinking about like risky guesswork. Well, though actually this isn't just like risky guesswork. I think this is just really bad like thinking process. Like in the 90 Day Fiancé weddings, or not, it wasn't like 90 Day Fiancé. There was like a specific show that had the groom try to make the whole wedding, and sometimes like the groom weddings were really bad. There was like one time where like the guy knew his fiance liked pigs, so they had their wedding in the pig farm, and she hated it so much. And it's like that is really bad. That's like really bad like guessing, but I think that's more than just risky guessing. I think that's just really bad in general. I stared at him, unsure if he was joking or not, but before I could respond, his attention shifted to a different display. Bracelets, earrings, necklaces. Oh, what would I like? I like earrings. I like all of them, but I think I like earrings the most. I've been eyeing the earrings. Kai pointed to an earring, its design simple but elegant, with tiny charms shaped like stars. This would suit you. Not too flashy, but just enough to stand out. Oh, you've thought about this a lot, haven't you? Maybe. I glanced at the earring, then back at him. Broke to one thing he knew about her and took it to an 11. Yeah. He just wants to try to be perfect, I guess. You're being weird today. You know that? Weird or romantic? No, just weird. You're just being weird. Definitely weird. He laughed, rubbing the back of his neck. He left the store eventually, with no purchases but a lingering lightness. It's in the air. Kai kept stealing glances at me as we walked down the street, a soft smile on his face. You know, you'd look good in that earring. Kai, stop trying to charm me, Kai. Is it working? Maybe, but you still owe me dinner for dragging me around. He laughed, draping an arm around my shoulders as we continued down the street. Anything for you, future earring wearer. When we got home, he suddenly glanced at my way. I wondered why, but I heard the clock tick 6 p.m. and the rumble of his stomach. Oh, what's for dinner? Meat covered in garlic. That's very specific. Is burgers. I made your favorite burgers. What is this called? Burger? Have you never eaten one? He stared curiously at the dish I presented to him, looking quite suspiciously at it. He took a bite and then paused. This was never my favorite, but I think it will be now. It will be now. Okay, hold on. I gotta do something real quick. Inari sushi. Inari. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm not realizing what Inari means. I forgot what it meant for a moment. Ooh, wait. What? Okay, wait. Actually, we can go back to that. What does it say? Put Inari sushi. I made your favorite Inari sushi. You spoil me too much. Does he not know what that means? He sat down at the table and fiddled with his chopsticks, tapping them lightly at the edge of his plate as I placed the dishes in front of him. He took a bite and let out an exaggerated sigh, leaning back in his chair. Wait! My guy, you don't know what that means! He's like, delicious, what is this? It's fox, and he's not. Are we gonna tell him it's fox or no? Does he know? You're amazing. Marry me? And you've never met my mom, Kai. That doesn't mean I can't ask again. He flashed a cheeky grin and I rolled my eyes, blinking at someone else, smiling. Oh, I guess he likes fox then. Ooh. It's his favorite. He didn't say his favorite, but he liked it. He liked it though. It'd be really more strange if he knew what Inari meant. Like, the room was cozy, lit by the warm glow of the television. Kai was sprawled on the couch, his hand resting on the pillow, while I sat cross-legged on the floor, attempting to solve a jigsaw puzzle that I found buried under some old books. You could help, you know. Nah, you look like you've got it under control. I've been staring at this one piece for 10 minutes. It doesn't fit anywhere. Sounds like a you problem. Okay, Kai! Okay! I tossed the puzzle piece at him, and then I hit his shoulder before bouncing onto the couch. Hey, that's assault. It's just called justice. Now get down here and help me before I lose my mind. Kai groaned, dramatically, but slid off the couch, plopping down next to me. I picked up a random piece and inspected it like it was a rare artifact. This one clearly goes here. He attempted to force it into a spot that was blatantly wrong. Seriously? That's not even the same color. Art is subjective. This art isn't art, it's a puzzle. He leaned closer to inspect the puzzle. Fine. Watch and learn, master puzzler at work. He spent a few minutes picking up pieces, pretending to study them intensely, and then trying to jam them into spots that obviously didn't belong. You're the worst at this. Excuse me, I am contributing. Moral support counts. Your moral support is morally bankrupt. Maybe that's why he works 3 hours. And probably doesn't bring money home. He made a show of sighing deeply, like I just insulted his entire family. Okay, I admit it, I suck at puzzles, but you love me anyway, right? That's debatable. He gasped, clutching his chest dramatically. Debatable. After all we've been through, the breakfasts I've burned for you. The breakfasts you've burned are the main reason it's debatable. Kai chuckled, grabbing a piece and finally placed it in the correct spot. Ha! Look at this. I'm a genius. Congratulations, you solved one piece out of 1,000. Baby steps. I couldn't help but sigh. His smug grin was contagious, and despite his uselessness, having him there made the puzzle feel less frustrating. Okay, let's make a deal. If you can place 5 more pieces correctly, we go to sleep. We'll go stargazing. I like stargazing. Kai looked at me, his eyes sparkling with determination. Deal. Prepare to be amazed. He got to work, his tongue poking out slightly as he concentrated. I greatly enjoyed watching him struggle. By the time he managed to fit 5 pieces, we were both laughing so hard he had to stop to catch our breath. Wow, you really put in the effort. I'm impressed. Told you I'm a genius. Now, about that reward. You're lucky you're cute. I know. Now, chop chop, I've earned this. After solving the puzzle, Kai tugged my hand and led me to outside. I resisted slightly, but he tugged at me forcefully anyway. I wish someone would find an incompetent track. There are people out there. I know there are, like, people out there. Honestly, like, if I was with, like, a guy, and they were like that, I would find that kind of funny and cute, to be honest. Like, messing around like that. Like, kind of like, if you know Raphael from Love and Deep Space, I feel like he's a bit of a boy failure, and like this guy, when he was doing the puzzles, I feel like that was a boy failure moment. I kind of find that really funny and cute.
I know you were staring at a computer screen all day today.
Yeah. I wasn't. We stopped suddenly in the middle of the road in front of my house. The air felt cool and refreshing. Kai pointed up to the sky.
Hey, come here. Look at that. It's like someone spilled glitter all over the sky.
Romantic much? He turned to look at me and tucked a strand of hair behind my ear. Yeah, in the fantasy setting, it's like guarantee knowing in real life. It depends. I feel like it depends. Like, it depends on the scenario, I think. Like, with the puzzle thing, I think I find that cute. But if it was like, I don't know, like, let's say taxes. If it was like taxes, then that would not be cute. I think that would be like, His touch lingered just a little much longer than necessary, and I felt my cheeks heat up.
This sky. This exact one comforted me so much back when I was younger. The change of scenery from Akigawa Valley to Tokyo was absolutely insane, but all of the stars remained.
You used to live in the forest? Did this all happen years ago? Why did you move? I'm not gonna ask this because you would like, yes. This is the forest. Why did you move? Screen filter? Or maybe like, yeah, I guess like a screen filter, like something that is like a good distance away from the mic. Which I think that is probably a screen filter, actually. Kai scratched the back of his nape and smiled sheepishly.
Wait, just continue listening to my story.
Yeah.
All of the stars remained, and there were new stars too. You.
You're being cheesy.
You love it. You know, I think I could stay like this forever. Just you and me under the stars.
That does sound nice. He shifted closer and wrapped an arm around my shoulders, pulling me against him. I could feel his heartbeat steady and calm as I rested my head on his chest. His fingers intertwined with mine, and we stayed there for a few moments, not saying anything.
Promise me something?
Oh, what?
That no matter how busy we get, we always make time for this.
Stargazing?
And just being together.
I closed my eyes, letting the sound of his breathing and the distant chirp of crickets lull me into the sense of peace. Oh, wow! I guess I don't have a choice. Okay.
Good. Because I don't think I could survive without you.
That's dramatic.
True.
We sat there in comfortable silence watching the stars. Just Monica, just Monica, just Monica. Yeah. Basically this. You know, I could sit here forever, just like this. I always wanted to go to the moon one day. Wanna go with me? Don't tempt me. I might actually take you up on that. Isn't there like an actual story in Japan where like a fox princess or like a fox character does go to like the moon? Like there is like something related to that? Good, then maybe I should tempt you more often. He laughed softly, his voice blending with the gentle rustling of leaves in the breeze. Oh yeah? Oh, okay. I tilted my head to look up at him, catching the way the starlight danced in his eyes. I'm assuming there must be like a lot of stories about fox spirits, because I know they're like pretty famous in like Japan like mythology, like Japan folklore. Do you ever wonder what it'd be like to just leave everything behind? Start fresh somewhere? Like running away? Not exactly, more like finding someplace where it's quiet, peaceful. Like Akigawa Valley? Maybe. I think about it all the time, but then I remember something important. What's that? It's not the place that makes it peaceful, it's the person you're with. I felt my heart skip a beat at these words. I opened my mouth to respond, but he shifted, leaning down just enough to rest his forehead against mine. You're my peace, you know that? Even if I was on the moon, as I've always dreamt, I would refuse to go if it wasn't with you. Hi. Pull away. Oh wait, hold on. Save. Save my game! Pull away. No, not right now. I'm sorry. He looked at me for a while, ashamed. I promise I won't do that again. Please don't hate me. I felt myself being drowsy and drifting into sleep, my legs buckling. I felt a pair of arms carrying me to our room, opening the lock of our door and dropping me off on my bed. I felt a pair of arms patting me slowly and soothing me into the sleep. I felt someone's body on me, cuddling me all night. And then I dreamt. One day I found the fox calmly resting on the streets of my neighborhood. It was odd, strange, no way a fox could end up in the streets of a small town in Tokyo. To be honest, I didn't think much of it ended or where it came from. I was only 13 years old. Oh, the first thing I did was search up and what type of food foxes like. My phone's screen glowed in the dim streetlight as I crouched near it, careful not to startle the little creature. It didn't run, it didn't even flinch, just stared at me with those sharp amber eyes like it had already decided I wasn't a threat. Hey you, don't worry, I'm not gonna hurt you. Its ears twitched, but it stayed still, curled up like it belonged right between the cracks of the pavement. The fur along its back was messy and matted in places, and its tail looked thinner than it should have. My heart squeezed a little. I glanced back at my phone. Foxes eat meat, eggs, berries? You don't exactly look like you'd be into berries. I opened my bag and rummaged through it, finally pulling out the sandwich I hadn't touched earlier. The smell of turkey and bread seemed to catch the fox's attention. It lifted its head slightly, nose twitching. Yeah? You want this? I broke off a piece and held it out. It hesitated at first, eyes flicking between me and the food, but hunger won out. Slowly, carefully, it stepped closer and took the bread from my fingers. It barely breathed as it chewed, and something about the way it stayed near me made the street feel less lonely. There, not so scary, right? I sat down, resting my back against the cold brick wall. The fox settled a foot away, watching me as if it wasn't sure what to make of me yet. I couldn't help but smile. I'll come back tomorrow too. Food, pillows, whatever you need. Don't be scared. Oh, the ominous music again. Okay. I woke up slowly, the light streaming in through the curtain. The warmth of Kai's body next to mine was oddly comforting, but a lingering sense of unease tugged at me. Memories of yesterday flickered in my mind. Kai, the strange dream, like haze in those fox ears in the bushes. Kai steered his arm, tightening around my waist before he whispered grudgingly, "Morning, love." Morning. Slept well? I was until you started stealing all my blankets. Not my fault, you were hogging the blankets anyway. Excuse me? Who's the one wrapped up like a burrito right now? He pretended to think deeply. Guilty. What, can you blame me? It's cold. Then maybe you should stop leaving the window open at night. But I like the fresh air. I like waking up next to you even more. Smooth, but I'm not making breakfast again. Aw, at least I tried. Though you know, I'd always love you even if you're making enough breakfast or not. Speaking of breakfast, while you were sleeping last night, I tried to do some work in the kitchen. I cleaned it all up though. Don't be mad. I found out yesterday how to make pancakes for you. I hope it tastes your taste. You made pancakes for me? Yeah. He woke up and scurried me over to the table in the living room. He proudly presented the pancakes to me. It looked like something. It definitely does not look completely appetizing. Try it. I hesitantly took a bite, holding my stomach for safety. How was it? Oh, this is gonna hurt his feelings. Oh. Okay, you should make the food from now on. He smiled, but I could clearly see his eyes weren't following him. Horrible, they're terrible. You should never cook again. I'm sorry about wasting your food. Kai sat across from me, watching intently as I poked at the pancake with my fork. The food wasn't the problem. It was quiet. A stillness hung in the air, too heavy for a typical morning. So, you really made this all by yourself last night? He nodded eagerly. Of course, I wanted to surprise you. You deserve it. His words were warm, but something about his tone, it was too deliberate, like he was trying too hard. Bro, what if when we say a lot of things that make him, like, upset, he's gonna, like, break. He's gonna, like, not like us anymore, and he's gonna do something. My eyes drifted to his hands. They were clasped on the table like his fingers were too still, too controlled, as if he was consciously stopping them from fidgeting. That'd be interesting. Yeah, I'm hoping that's gonna be like the twist. Well, it's definitely a surprise. You're full of them lately, huh? Kai's head tilted slightly, his gaze locked onto mine. Is that a bad thing? There it was again, the strange feeling from yesterday, like his words didn't quite match the moment. I shifted in my chair, glancing at the window. The curtains fluttered in the breeze, letting in the golden morning light. But the warmth I usually felt wasn't there. The house was colder than it should have been. Quieter too. The birds outside, the faint hum of life. Dude, he's making it colder. Just the sound of my own breathing and Kai's steady gaze. No, it's not a bad thing. Just, you've been different lately. Different how? I opened my mouth, but the words caught in my throat. How could I explain it? The sense of wrongness I couldn't pin down. The way the world seemed just a little off. I don't know. Maybe I'm just imagining things. You've been tensed. Are you okay? You'd tell me if something was wrong, wouldn't you? There was sincerity in his voice, but it only made the unease worse. His concern felt too perfect, like a mask modded to fit the situation. I smiled weakly, trying to shake the feeling, but as I looked into his eyes, I swore for just a moment. They flickered. Not the usual light catching in amber, something else. Something unnatural. Bert insults his food. Also, Bert, you seem off today. we switched like because we're like in fear now. Bert, you chose wrong. I think I need some air. I'll come with you. No, it's fine. You've already done enough this morning. I just need a minute. Kai hesitated, his eyes narrowing slightly, but he leaned back in his chair, letting me go. As I stepped toward the door, the weight of his gaze burned into my back. Outside, the fresh air did little to calm me. The world was too quiet, the stillness pressing against my skin. I glanced toward the woods at the edge of the property, and that's when I saw it. I froze in the door, faint, muddy paw prints trailed across the floor. My heart raced. I glanced back toward the room I came from, where Kai was still eating alone, and then knelt to inspect the prints. They were small and delicate, too big for a cat, but too small for a dog. A fox? I followed the prints. I felt completely distracted by them. What if it was the fox I met when I was younger? Standing on the end of the footprints was a petite girl with short silver hair, fox-shaped earrings, and nervous expression. Oh. Hello? Her eyes locked into mine before flitting down on the floor. Oh.
Hi, I'm Rin. Sorry to bother you, but I think I dropped something near here yesterday.
Hello, child. Oh, what was it?
A pin. It looks purple.
I remembered the pin from yesterday and I pulled it out of my pocket. This one? Her face lit up.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. I, didn't mean to scare you yesterday. I was just around.
Around? Rin looked away, fidgeting nervously.
Just exploring. Anyway, thank you.
She turned to leave, but I stepped forward. Hold on, child. Wait, You just said exploring, right? What were you looking for? She paused, her back still turned to me.
My mentor, Kayomori.
That's my boyfriend. I think you look too young to be interning at his workplace. This little girl barely reached my shoulders, stared at me dead in the eyes, her mouth widened.
Is this what people do when they get older?
Do what? She stumped on the ground, frustrated.
Ignore all job responsibilities of their students and chase some person!
You have a special person you chase? Sorry about taking his time. He goes to work every day, what do you mean?
Oh, he does? You're learning so much.
She rubbed her temple, suddenly reminding me of an old man. I wonder where she got that from.
I haven't seen him teaching me at all.
So his job is to teach you?
No, it's so much about but Dad won't tell me. He's not safe. Do you want to hear about my friend Haru?
Oh?
Well, I don't think it's the same way Kai chases you, but he's so annoying. I have to keep running after him.
The twist is that she's the yandere and she's going after you. No! No, I don't want this kid to be the yandere. No.
Wait, this isn't about me. That's right, you should apologize. You seem so much nicer than that guy. I'm all in already, but he keeps pushing me away. Almost like he hates foxes, like he hates himself.
She lowered her head and went quiet for a while.
I want Dad to trust me like he trusts him.
Another moment of silence ensues. What did you say about him not being safe?
Dad told me not to find him, not to stay near him, but I did anyway because I'm a model student.
She came close to me and whispered in my ear.
Kai's in danger because our people are out to catch him.
What? She leaned back and turned her head around to see if others were near us, just like a schoolgirl telling her friends about her crush.
My dad told me about this.
No, we've dated for 3 years and I've only known him 2 years before that. How could this happen?
Hey, I was 11, so 3 years ago. I was 9, right?
Yeah, that's right. Good job. She beamed proudly.
And I tried hard in human school. Also, 3 years ago, Kai was serving as my father's right hand. He was the one teaching me instead of using those human teachers.
I don't think so, because 3 years ago, I suddenly could not remember what happened 3 years ago.
Tell me, what happened 3 years ago?
3 years ago, I should remember. And it's all fuzzy. Rin glanced over her shoulder, the tension of her shoulders molding into an awkward fidget. She chewed on her lip, her silver hair catching the sunlight as it swayed in the breeze.
Forget it, I said anything. I'm probably just being weird. Yeah, that's it, weird.
Rin, wait. Before I could take a step forward, Rin turned abruptly, her small frame a blur. As she darted down the street, her fox-shaped earrings bouncing with each hurried step. And soon, she was nothing but a flicker of a silver disappearing into the distance. Rin, wait! The only response was the faint echo of her sneakers on the pavement, swallowed by the stillness of the evening. What just happened? The house welcomed me with a comforting quiet. The familiar scent of lavender and faintly burnt coffee lingered in the air. I kicked off my shoes, my mind still buzzing with questions about Ren, before noticing the note on the living room table. Going to work, love you. My lips curved into a soft smile as I traced the hastily scrawled heart at the end of the note. I went back to my desk. I sat down, my fingers brushing over the keyboard as I tried to focus on the words waiting for them to be written. But the thoughts wouldn't come. Ren's silver hair and strange words flitted through my mind, tangled with a vague unease I couldn't shake. 3 years ago, what was so important about that? And why couldn't I remember? I shook my head, muttering, "Focus, you're behind on the deadline already." That's true, she never says, because she never means it, because everything is a lie. I heard the sound of the door and unlocking. Kai smiled as he stepped inside, brushing imaginary dirt off his clothes. Working hard, or hardly working. You're back. Thought I'd come home for lunch. It's cooking good looking. Okay, okay. Nothing yet, you're helping me. About today? No, I was just out of my mind. I'm still confused, but I think I trust you, Kai. Okay. Tell me if there's anything bothering you. I checked in the fridge before, and there was absolutely nothing I could work with. We're going grocery shopping.
Yippee!
Kai was unusually chipper as we walked through the grocery store, pushing the cart with a bouncy step. I fell behind, trying to focus on the list in my hand, but something about him seemed off. It wasn't anything obvious, just a subtle feeling that made me skin prickle. He veered into the snack aisle, grabbing a bag of chips and tossing it into the cart without a second thought. That's not on the list. It's an essential. For what, a movie marathon? Exactly. I shook my head, stepping closer to the cart. For a moment, the bag of chips seemed to flicker, just for a split second, like it wasn't really there. I blinked, and it was back, sitting on the cart like nothing had happened. Weird. What's weird? Nothing, probably just tired. He didn't press, instead turning his attention to a shelf of ramen. You know, I could live off this stuff. You practically do. I should go get some. Oh. Bread. Korean instant noodles. When I glanced back, the chips were gone. Kai, where's the bag of chips that you just put in here? What do you mean, it's right? He stopped, staring at the empty spot in the cart. His brows furrowed, and for a split second, I thought I saw something in his eyes. Worry? Guilt? Oh, must have put it back without realizing. Weird. You don't forget snacks, ever. He laughed nervously. Maybe I'm losing my touch. Should I go grab another one? No, it's fine. Let's just stick to the list. He nodded, but I noticed how he avoided my gaze, his usual carefree demeanor slipping just slightly. He moved to the produce section, where he picked up an apple and spun it in his hand like a magician with a trick. This one's got potential, looking at the shine. Sure. I glanced at the cart again, but this time it wasn't the chips that were gone. It was the instant noodles I just placed there. My heart skipped a beat. Ty, did you take the instant noodles out? Instant noodles? No, why would I? I stared at the cart, my stomach twisting. I swear I just put them in there. Ty reached over, placing my hand on my shoulder. Hey, you okay? You seem distracted. Yeah, just tired, like I said. Probably imagining things. His hand lingered for a moment before he pulled away, his expression soft but unreadable. Why don't you just stay here and take a breath? I'll grab the last few things. Are you sure? You're not exactly great at following the list. I'll do my best. Stay here. I nodded, leaning against the cart as he walked away. My eyes followed him, and for a second, just a second, his figure seemed to blur, like heat waves rising off the asphalt. I blinked hard, and he was back to normal, casually strolling down the aisle. Get it together. When he returned, the cart was full, and his usual cheerful demeanor was back in full force. Look, I even got the right kind of milk this time. Congratulations, you're learning. We headed to the checkout, and strange occurrences faded into the background almost. Maybe he's like losing like his ability or like power, because maybe, I don't know if the form takes a lot of power on him. Maybe it might be in this case. There was still a nagging feeling in the back of my mind, like a puzzle piece that didn't quite fit. Next to me, he whispered not to me, but I suppose to himself. My illusions. Are they fading? I watched him look at his hands with deep thoughts in his mind. Ty? He glanced at me and immediately straightened his thoughts. Yes, I'm here. Let's go. As we left the store, Kai slung an arm over my shoulders, his touch warm and grounding. Wait, what? Whoa, wait, why are we in this ominous area? What? Kai insisted we go for a walk to clear our heads. The stars were out and the cool air carried the faint scent of earth and leaves. It should have been romantic, but my thoughts wouldn't be quiet. Dude, this is not a romantic place. This looks like a horror-like scene here, like something bad's gonna happen. Kai tugged at my hand gently, his grip firm enough to guide me, but soft enough to feel like a question. The woods around us were quiet, save for the rustle of leaves underfoot and the occasional chirp of unseen insects. We suddenly teleported in this freaky forest. Yeah, this is like, this does look kind of creepy. There's something I want to show you, something different. Different how? Different as in, wow, so romantic, or different as in, oops, I might have led you to a lair of a bear. It's kind of the second one. Kai snorted, a weird journeying sound that tugged at my chest. If there's a bear, I'll wrestle it for you. But so no, it's wow, so romantic kind of thing probably. having a Twilight moment. No! Not Twilight, no! His laughter echoed softly and I couldn't help but smile. He's gonna. No! Ew! No! He always had a way of making the world feel lighter. Like he could bend reality with a joke or a grin. You're not gonna believe this, but he technically can. Just trust me. If you don't like it, I'll owe you. Big time. Breakfast in bed, foot rubs, whatever you want. I'm keeping that in mind. We walked deeper into the woods, the moonlight playing tricks with the shadows. You ever think about how weird it is to trust someone completely? Like, I could lead you anywhere like that right now, and you'd follow me. Don't be get too cocky. I am mostly following you because it's dark, and you have better night vision than I do. Sure. That's the only reason. There was a flicker of something in his tone, something almost wistful, but it was gone before I could name it. No one will hear you scream here. Well, how romantic to say! Where are you leading? Okay, save. Huh? Okay, I feel like you're planning something. Something involving your demise. Maybe. I can scream very loudly, by the way. We're almost there. He stopped abruptly, his hands slipping from mine. For a brief moment, I felt unmoored, the absence of his touch more jarring than I expected. Close your eyes. What? No, I like knowing where I'm going. Come on, humor me, just for a second. I gave him a skeptical look, but he was already standing in front of me, his hands lightly brushing my arms. I won't let you trip. Promise. With a reluctant sigh, I closed my eyes. His hands moved to my shoulders, steadying me as he guided me forward. Each step felt longer, heavier, like the world was holding its breath. Okay, open them. I blinked against the sudden light of the moon filtering through the break in the trees. In front of us was a small clearing where wildflowers blanketed the ground in soft purples and whites. A small weathered shrine stood at the center, its stone surface etched with patterns I couldn't decipher. A thin stream trickled nearby. It sounded harmonizing with the rustling leaves. Oh. It's not much, but I thought you'd like it. I turned to him, moonlight catching in his hair, softening his features. He looked different. From the conversation we had today with Ren and everything, it felt like it was a complete 360 degrees from what I expected that he was lying. It caught me off guard. I used to come here when I was younger, back when I thought the world was too loud and didn't have room for me. This place, it felt like it did. I stepped closer to the shrine, running my fingers over the rough stone. The carvings were intricate, almost alive under my touch. It's beautiful, like it doesn't belong in this world. Maybe it does, but neither do you. I looked back at him, startled. He smiled softly, but there was something else there. Something fragile, like he wasn't sure how I'd respond. That's strange. That's a strange way to compliment someone. He stepped closer, his hand brushing mine before he caught it, his fingers threading through mine again. Hi, where did you say you grew up? He paused, glancing away before answering. A small town near Akigawa Valley. The words came easily, but something about the way he said that made my stomach twist. And why did he move? You know, why? For work. Then why did you tell me you came here when you were younger? I came here a lot as a kid. My parents worked here. His hand brushed mine, grounding me for just a moment. Maybe I was overthinking. But then his eyes caught the moonlight, and then for the briefest seconds, they shimmered like amber. Other redeems for channel points. I got channel points recently. I have not set up anything for them. I'm so sorry about that. It's more of like I have not had the time to set up anything about channel points. Yeah, I got them actually recently, so I haven't like done a lot with them. I'm not gonna lie, I think it might take me a while to actually do something with them because like one, I haven't made that many ideas on how I want to use the channel points, because I know one thing is like fairly common is like, oh, drink water, but I need to drink water a lot because of my voice acting stuff for this, and like, yeah, no pressure. Oh, okay. Yeah, also, again, I'm new to Twitch. Like, I'm trying to learn more about how to use channel points. I have a good idea of what they are, but just have not had the time to get into like stuff with it. Oh, actually, I'm not an affiliate. Yeah, it's they actually gave me some stuff. Like I don't know what I reached, but they gave me like some stuff that I can do. Like I can get emotes. I can put emotes, which I actually plan to do later. Like, but I can't do ads. Like I can't do that. There's just some certain things I can do apparently. So I don't know like what it is, but I guess it's just a thing that Twitch did. Yeah. But then these eyes caught for the moonlight, and for the briefest second they shimmered like amber. You're so weird, Kai. It takes one to know one. He rested his cheek against my hair, his hand squeezing mine gently. The world around us faded in the background. Good timing, yeah. Just wait, yeah. The world around us faded into the background. The stars, the shrine, the woods, all eclipsed by the steady rhythm of his breathing, the quiet hum of his presence. I think if I ever lost this place, it'd be okay, as long as I still had you. We walked back to the way we came from. You're awfully quiet tonight. Was I? No, you talked quite a lot, but I feel like you're not completely here with me. Just thinking. About what? I looked at him, searching his face for answers. He smiled, faltered for just a second. Hey, I need you to trust me, okay? The woods grew quieter as we walked, the soft crunch of leaves beneath our feet blending with the faint hum of crickets. Kai's hand brushed against mine, and I glanced at him. He looked at me curiously, his head tilted slightly. What's on your mind? Something weird happened earlier. Kai slowed his pace, his hands slipping into his jacket pockets. The moonlight filtered through the branches, highlighting the puzzled look on his face. Weird how? There was this girl, Ren. She seemed off. Kai stopped walking, his brows furrowing slightly as he turned to face me. His expression was unreadable, his eyes searching mine. Ren, up here? Yeah, she seemed scared, like something was chasing her, or maybe she, was running from something. Kai's gaze shifted towards the woods, his jaw tightening slightly. If she was scared, maybe it was something you shouldn't get involved in. Yes, but if it had to do with a kid that was scared of something, I feel like I would have to do something. You know, like it's a kid getting involved in something dangerous. The firmness in his tone caught me off guard. I stopped to frowning at him. Why would you say that? Because sometimes people carry things they're not ready to share. Pressing them might only make it worse. Might only make it worse. I need to find that girl later and see what she's scared of. The way he spoke, deliberate and careful, sent a ripple of unease through me. It didn't feel like he was just talking about Ren. It felt like he was talking about himself. He reached for my hand instinctively, his touch grounding me. A forced smile. Yeah, probably. Also, I said about trusting me. Maybe I can't ask you too much about that, but could you please believe in me? Could I ask you to stay with me? I thought in my mind for a moment. Would I like to stay with Kai? You're not gonna believe this, Kai. Don't tell me the answer now. I'm scared to hear it. Let's go back home. You must be tired. And there I was. Hell no. Yeah, hell no, Kai, you've been acting strange and messing with my mind. Asleep again, dreaming about the moments of my childhood. I sat on the streets again, next to the little pillow and box I left for the fox, my legs dangling over the edge. The night stretched endlessly above me, stars scattered like freckles across the deep blue sky. The scary forest. That's true. That's a terrible area to have a romantic walk in. Beside me, the small fox curled up, its fur tangled and dusty, but its eyes sharp and curious. We've known each other for 5 days, and I never missed a single day where I didn't visit him. Here, it's not much, but it's better than nothing, right? The fox's nose twitched as it chewed, ears flicking at the sound of my voice. I leaned back on my hands, feeling the rough concrete scrape against my palms. You're not picky. I like that about you. Me? I can't even decide what to eat half the time, or what to say, or what to do with my life. The fox tilted its head, its gaze fixed on me like it actually understood. I laughed quietly, but it came out more like a breath. Mrs. Porter said I need to apply myself. What does that even mean? I stayed up all night cramming for this stupid test, and I still bombed it, like always. The fox crept closer, the paws barely making a sound. It rested its head lightly on my knee, and the warmth of it felt steadier than anything I'd had all day. And my mom, she doesn't get it. She just keeps saying, "You're smarter than this. Like, that's supposed to help." Doesn't. It just makes me feel worse. Like, maybe I'm not smart enough. Or maybe I'll never be enough. I sighed and leaned back farther, letting my shoulders slump. The rain above swirled in patterns. I couldn't name it. And I wondered if they ever felt lost, too. You're lucky, you know? No tests, no expectations, no one breathing down your neck. Just you and the wind, and whatever this is we're doing. Fox let out a soft sound, something between a whimper and a sigh, and nudged my hand with its nose. I smiled and ran my fingers through its fur, careful not to press too hard. I bet you don't even care if I get another bad grade, or if I forget to text someone back, or if I just want to sit here and talk to a fox instead of people. The fox licked my fingers, gentle and quick, like it didn't want me to feel alone. My chest ached in this strange, hollow way that felt both better and worse at the same time. Yeah, I knew you'd understand. You're probably the best listener I've ever met. I scratched behind its ears, and its eyes closed as if this moment was enough. As if I was enough. Fox's ears twitched, but it stayed close, leaning into my touch. I wanted to keep it there forever, but I knew better. I'll come back, though, tomorrow, and the day after, I promise. Fox looked up at me, its tail flicking lightly, and I felt the promise settle inside me, warm and solid. I patted its head one last time before I stood up, brushing dust off my jeans. Don't forget me, okay? Not that you would. You're too smart for that. I climbed down the ladder, and when I glanced back up, the fox was still there watching. I didn't move until I disappeared from view, and even then, I hoped it wouldn't leave. Not yet. Hey, call me. Let me call you Kai from now on. Oh no! The morning sunlight filtered weakly through the curtains, but the usual warmth of the day was absent. The house felt too quiet. I glanced at the clock on the wall. Kai shouldn't have left for work yet. So fond of a fox, she was willing to make sushi out of it. Yeah, huh? Maybe we started hating foxes at some point. Hi, you here? There was no answer. My chest tightened as I searched the house, his absence pressing against my like, oh wait. His jacket was gone, but his shoes were still by the door. Where did he go? My eyes fell on the corkboard. The note from last night going to where I love you was still pinned there, mocking me with its normalcy. I burst out of my small apartment and ran with all my strength. I went faster and faster. I knew where I was going, the place that Kai led me last night. A shrine in the woods. The woods were darker than they should have been, the trees casting long shadows despite the sunlight filtering through the canopy. I moved cautiously, calling Kai's name into stillness. Kai, this isn't funny. If you're messing with me, you win. Just come out. The only response was the rustle of leaves in the wind. Chill crawled down my spine. The further I went, the darker the woods became. The air felt heavier, thick with something I couldn't name. Then I saw it, a small ancient shrine hidden among the trees. Its stone surface was cracked and worn, moss creeping over its edges like a second skin. My breath hitched as I stepped closer. There was an energy here, palpable and strange. It hummed in the air, making my skin prickle. Scattered around the shrine were old notes and papers, their edges curled and yellowed with age. It's him. It has to be him. I crouched down, picking one up with trembling hands. Then I stumbled upon the creaky wooden wall of the shrine. My vision was fading. I blacked out. Kai! Kai! I raced my steps to catch the little fox, my best friend now. This was my 8th day feeding him and taking care of him. But something was wrong. Kai's body tensed, his tail low and stiff. His eyes darted around, wide and alert. He looked scared, not of me, but of something I couldn't see. Hey, what's wrong? It's just me. I knelt, reaching out slowly, but Kai stepped back, paws scraping nervously against the pavement. My chest tightened. He called the pancakes bad, and also fed him inari sushi. There's a lot of things I did. Hi, it's okay. I'm here. Don't do this. Kai's ears twitched, and for a moment, he looked at me. Really looked like he wanted to trust me, but couldn't ignore whatever fear had gripped him. Then he turned, his small body trembling as he took another step away. No, wait, please don't go. But his tail flicked, and before I could move, he bolted. My breath hitched as I watched him disappear down the alley, leaving me standing there, heart pounding and empty. That was the last time I saw him. When I came back on the 9th day, he was nowhere to be found. The only trace of him was the food and pillows I left for him. I gasped heavily as I woke up, still at the shrine. Oh. Wait, let me save first. This could be a special choice. The books on the desk in the poorly maintained area of the shrine attracted me. I had a feeling they had to do something with me. I skimmed through most of the words. Kaiyamari, age unknown, seemingly a strong fox spirit that had just regained the status of a 9-tailed kitsune. Ami, welcome to stream! And our sushi tastes good. We fed it to a fox! Status, very dangerous. I continued to skim through it. Is good friends with the old kitsune leader and is expected to become the leader of the tribe one day, currently messing around in Tokyo with a normal citizen named Bert. I felt sick, but I continued. On the 3rd day of January, the operation of sealing him will begin. This is because he's expected to visit the shrines of Hatsumode. When it closed in the woods, an exorcist will gather and put spiritual seals and charms over him. This is the end of Kaiyamori, the rotten fox that has decided to plague the beautiful land of Japan. I picked up the scattered piece of paper on the floor. A lot of those were messily written and scrawled out rustled. It would make good fox food. He ate it and he loved it, so I guess it is really good fox food. Kitsune, guardians of the spirit world, able to shift between human and fox forms. The words blurred as my mind raced. My blood ran cold as I skimmed further. They protect, but they're hunted too, able to create illusions, making moments that had never existed before. The realization hit me like a tidal wave, my breath catching in my throat. Having gathered all the information I could, I stood up, my mind reeling out what I had just read. Get him sealed. Oh! Bye, Kai. Seal plan January 3rd. Shrine location established. Contact line 050. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, we're gonna seal him now. Let's go. My eyes lingered on the number. My stomach churned with doubt, but my hands acted on their own, pulling my phone from my pockets. I stared at the screen for what felt like an eternity before dialing. The phone clicked after a few rings. A deep voice answered, calm and deliberate. This is the Yokai Preservation Unit. State your purpose. I hesitated, my voice barely above a whisper. I have information about Kitsune, a 9-tailed one. The line went silent for a moment, and I nearly hung up. Location? My throat felt dry as I forced out the words. A shrine in Akigawa Woods. He's there now. We'll handle it. Stay clear of the area. Before I could respond, the line was dead. I stood there, phone clutched tightly in my hand, my chest tight with guilt and fear. Kai's footsteps broke the silence. He smells watching! Oh no! He walked into the clearing, his amber eyes meeting mine. You've been busy. His voice was calm, but there was a faint edge to it. My hands instinctively moved behind my back, hiding the phone. I've been thinking. Kai tilted his head, studying me. About what? About us. About everything. Kai stepped closer, his expression softening. You know, you sure you want to look this contact? Oh god. I don't know if I'm pretty much turned into a horror. This technically is like a yandere game, I think. Like, I think it is, so... You usually try turning a lot of things into probably the worst case scenario. With games specifically. I nodded, my gaze dropping to the ground. And still, they're still here. His voice carried a note of hope that twisted something inside me. Whatever you're thinking, you don't have to be afraid. I'll protect you. Always. Oh! You're not gonna believe this, but something bad's gonna happen to you. The words felt like a knife to my chest. I couldn't bring myself to respond. His voice cracked. A bad end, aren't we? Yeah, we are. Let's go. Please, let's talk about it. I'm so sorry, Bert. I'm so sorry. Just probably wants to be free and be with you, and then we're like, be gone, demon spawn. I think I would be. Well, I will say though, if it was like just a random person and like I found out that my memories were actually like messed up, and like he's been lying about our life for like 3 years, about like our past, and he's been living with us and just been like messing a lot of things, I think I would be kind of like very suspicious of him though. I don't know if I would be to the point where I would seal him, but I would be like, I don't trust you a lot. Please. It's intrusive. I guess, yeah. yeah, it's intrusive. Kai's voice broke, trembling with desperation. He reached out, his fingers hovering inches from mine. Please, don't push me away. Whatever it is you've heard, whatever you're feeling, I'll explain anything. Yeah, it's also non-consensual, yeah. I couldn't bring myself to meet his gaze. The weight of the phone in my pocket felt unbearable. His presence a damning reminder of what I'd done. You lied to me! Oh no! You lied to me. Kai flinched as if I'd struck him. He lowered his hand, his shoulders slumping. I know, I did, and I hate myself for it. But I swear to you, it wasn't to hurt you. I didn't know what to have to tell you the truth. So you made me live in a lie instead? I was scared. His voice rose, cracking under the weight of his emotions. His hands clenched into fists as he sighed. Scared of losing you, scared of being alone. You're the only person who's ever made me feel human. You should have trusted me. I know, but I'm just trusting you now. Whatever happens, whatever you decide, just know that I love you. That's the one thing I've never lied about. But before I could say anything, the distant sound of footsteps echoed through the woods. Run, Bert, run! I'll hold him off! Instead of running, I had stood still. Kai had turned to look at me, confusion flickering in his amber eyes. Oh! Bert, you need to go. I'll be fine. Before he said anything further, I pushed him down. We didn't even push him down! Oh! Caught off guard, it was easy to make him tumble and restrain him, putting my entire weight against his body. He wiggled and struggled, trying to break free. My hands kept slipping as I tried to hold him still, but then an added weight helped me. I looked up to see one of the mysterious men holding him down. Then, word came to restrain his other limb, successfully holding him captive. A larger, more menacing figure went towards us and placed a hand on my shoulder. On instinct, I let go. When he took my place, Kai started to protest, swatting and fighting the group. The forest grew busier as they prepared for something. Candles were lit, sigils were drawn, and Kai sat in the middle of it all, forced to kneel and bound my tight red ropes. Again, he struggled and squirmed for freedom, but as his gaze caught mine, he froze. With eyes that screamed betrayal and leaps of a broken heart, he hung his head low. The row of men that surrounded him in a circle like chanting in an unknown language. Yet strangely enough, it seemed to affect the fox, which was now howling in pain and anguish. Kai flailed and threw his body onto the ground as if he were having a bad seizure, worsening when the chant got louder. Kai had started to howl, his cries piercing the air with raw pain and anguish. The words were barely audible, but I felt their weight in my chest like a boulder. And then silence. Kai's body lay motionless at the center of the ritual, his once vibrant presence reduced to a quiet stillness. I sat alone in the dimly lit room, the weight of the day pressing heavily in my chest. My hands trembled as I reached for the note still pinned to the corkboard, his handwriting so familiar, so filled with love. Going to work, love you. Kai was gone. Yeah, he's dead. I closed my eyes.
You let them take him.
Her words were a dagger, sharp and unforgiving. I couldn't bring myself to respond.
He trusted you and he betrayed him.
I woke up from the dream, out of breath. Ending 2. Bad ending. Oh, bro. Wait, she's gonna do something bad to us, okay. Yay, we got the bad ending. Okay, what happens if we say, like... here. Help him. I stumbled outside the shrine, and I was greeted with Kai, standing amidst the chaos of glowing seals of spiritual energy. His back was to me, his shoulder tense. The faint amber glow of his eyes reflected off the shrine's crackled surface as he turned to look at me. His gaze softened instantly, a mix of guilt and longing flickering across his face. You came. I stepped closer, my hands trembling, unsure of what to say. The truth of what he was, the illusions, the memories, everything had shaken me. I know, but it doesn't change how I feel about you. It's pretty dumb. He looked down, his expression twisting with regret. I never meant for it to go this way far. I wanted you to look at me the way you do now, to want me, even if you knew the truth. I couldn't stand this thought of you losing you, even if I meant weaving a world of lies. I just wanted to stay by your side. You're an idiot. He smiled at me. You're always so good with words. I'm an idiot too. You came to me because you're you. And the reason I like you is because you're you. And who you are is someone who's an idiot. Bruh, okay! What are you trying to say? I love you. He gently held my hand, his eyes glowing. Oh, this is the picture! This is the picture for like the thumbnail of the game. Oh, by the way, Exorcist. I know, those batch of fools. Oh. And I'm worried. You don't have to be. The ground beneath us trembled as the exorcists emerged from the trees, their chants growing louder. The seals around the shrine flared brighter, their light harsh and unforgiving. I like how something like the chaos is happening right now, and then there's just this nice calm music playing in the background. I tricked the love of my life. How hard would it be to make some conspiracy theorists forget my existence? The chants died down, the footsteps becoming arrayed and frantic. I just wanted to see if you could come to warn me. I was too guilty to tell you the truth. I paused for a while, letting the silence sink between us. A relieved sigh came from my lips, despite everything we just avoided a dangerous fate. What's after this? What do you mean? Just want to hear my boyfriend's plans. Boyfriend? That's what I said. Boyfriend, after all of that? Right, you didn't consider that you were my type since the beginning, and you decided to send illusions instead. He blushed. Your type? I'm sorry, I'm glitching and repeating everything you say. As your boyfriend, I would like to hold my partner's hand as we go home together, if you would allow it. The following weeks were peaceful, a return to the quiet domestically would well together. Kind of ever, the mischievous charmer seemed lighter now, less burdened, more at ease, and yet he didn't forget the responsibilities he'd left behind. So Rin's coming over today. You mean the fox girl who was cursing your name in the street? How do you convince her? I promised her I'd actually start teaching her again. Plus, I may have bribed her with snacks. You're crazy. Kai pulled me close, his arms wrapping around me in a warm embrace. And yet, you love me anyway. Don't let it go to your head. Rin kind of looks bigger, and I feel like she looks unproportional compared to Kai. They also look related. I would not trust someone with the power to mimic memories, no matter what promise they make. Yeah, I don't know. I would be like, yeah, I don't know if I want to be in a relationship with them. But then again, like the problem about that is if I said no to him, what if he like also manipulates my memories and then we go back to step one again? Like all, like we suddenly become a couple because he just changed our memories again. I think I would just like try staying away. I don't want to get to the point where I want to like kill him through like the shrine though. Later, I watched from the porch as Kai sat cross-legged on the grass, patiently explaining something to Ren. So, how do you know if the promise he made was even real? That's true, yeah, you don't know. He's like has a lot more power than you. Patiently explaining something to Ren. Her fox-shaped earrings glinted in the setting sun as she scribbled notes furiously, her brows forward in concentration.
This would be easier if you weren't so bad explaining things.
Hey, watch it, kid. I'm doing you a favor here.
You owe me. You skipped out of years of lessons.
Kai laughed. the sound light and free before ruffling her hair.
No, you're explaining it all wrong.
Or maybe you're just not paying attention.
I don't know how you ever became a teacher.
Pure charm, obviously. I leaned against the doorframe, smiling as I watched them bicker. Rin caught my eye and waved enthusiastically.
Hey Bird, tell me he's a terrible teacher.
Don't listen to her, she's just mad I'm better at illusions than she is. Rin waved her arms furiously. Alright, I'll make it adapt to you. We'll start with the basics and work our way up, deal?
Deal. No more running you off, okay?
Kai glanced back at me, his amber eyes glowing softly in the fading lights. No more running. I've got everything I need right here. The night as we lay tangled together at the quiet of our room, Kai traced slow, lazy patterns on my arm. You know, I think this is the first time in forever, really, that I felt like I belonged somewhere. You always belonged, you just didn't see it. Kai pressed a kiss to my temple, his voice a low murmur against my skin. I see it now, and it's because of you. I tilted my head to look at him, my heart swelling at the warmth in his eyes. As I rested my head against his chest, the steady rhythms of his heartbeat lulled me to the peaceful haze. For the first time, the future felt wide open, filled with endless possibilities. Ending 1, happily ever after. Oh yeah, we got all the endings! Yay! So, first thing about this game, I like the art. The art is really good. I think one thing that was like a bit of like a little complete. Well, not complete. The voice acting. There were parts where it kind of peaked. So I'm assuming because this is kind of I think their first game they ever made. The Flaming Hot Lemon's first game, or at least one of their first games. And I know like I've played games that they've had before in the like. After this that they did have voice acting, but it got a lot better. So I'm assuming this is just like, oh, maybe like, I'm assuming that they didn't really have like a control with the voicing, or like they didn't know how to like, I guess, filter it, especially with like there was a good amount of points where it peaked, the voice kind of like peaked at it, and I think I don't know, it could have been like the mic they had, or maybe they were just too close to the mic where like they didn't know like where to distance themselves, because sometimes if you're like too close it would just like peak the mic. And I'm like a little forgiving on that because like I'm assuming like this is just like the first time this person has actually voice acted, and this is like their first game that they voice acted. I don't know if I've heard this voice actor in their other games though, because he sounded a bit familiar. I might have to check that out later. They have the credits of who was worked on the game too. That's true, yeah, this is a small indie game. But hopefully I think they I wonder if like they fixed that with the voice acting. I think this person probably I think he sounded good. It's just the peaks of the mic that just kind of took me off. Because if it was out the peaks were not there, I think I would have liked his voice acting. Yeah, like usually with like indie games, it's kind of like there's a lot of things, like not indie games, but just like your first indie game you've made, or like your like the first game you've made, you have like a lot of mistakes for the first game, and that's like sometimes that's just fine with me, because like that is your first experience, you know. Get that man a proper mic. Yeah, proper mic, or just like maybe direction, like maybe like some voice direction there. But yeah, I think another small thing, like Rin looked pretty big in scale compared to Kai, which yeah, I know she's supposed to be smaller and that's why they expanded her, but like that looked off. Like the comparison with her and him looked really off. Like it would have been fine if they made her around the same, like smaller, because there's a difference of like making the picture bigger and then comparing two figures, and one would like look kind of off because of like the scaling of it, and I think that was just another thing that kind of caught me off. But yeah, like the art was good. I think the story was pretty good too. For this, Kai is like suspicious. I think I like as weird as it is, I like the bad ending more than the good ending. I like the tragic ending. And like I think another thing that a small thing that I think they should have a bit fixed. Where there were scenes where they were explained that something chaotic was happening, like the one where like Kai was defeating the exorcist. I think they should have changed the music there. Like, yeah, it's like you trust him now. That's why everything is calm. But I think you should have, like, when you're explaining a chaotic scene, it doesn't fit with that type of like calm music, you know. Maybe you should have just used like a different track and then switch back to like that calm music when you're at a place where like at the house where you're chilling, or like with Ren. That's a scene with Ren with Kai teaching Ren. Yeah. Like an ending, it felt like an act 2 from a bigger story. Yeah, that's what it kind of felt like. Like it felt like the open ending, but I think that's why I kind of like that. Like it's that open ending with Ren. Like that felt like Ren was about to do something to you, and then it's just supposed to be open. But yeah, I think I like the bad ending more. But overall, I think this is like besides the voice acting, and I think that one scaling of that of Ren with Kai, like I think this was a pretty good first game. Like this person's main, so yeah. This was also made for a game jam. Actually, they made this for like a month. And then they posted it in the game jam. I don't remember what the game jam was, but yeah, it was for 1 month. I think this came out also in 2024. I might be wrong, but yeah. They've made like more games than this. I think they've made 4 or 5 now, so they've made a lot of improvement. And I know they've made like a lot of improvement with the art too, so yeah. And the voice acting for sure. But yeah, that's Ninefold Promise. Okay, we're gonna go to another game now. Wait, Act 1 introduction, Act 2 find out you're manipulated and leave him in the exorcist. Act 3 you feel bad and rescue him or something. Oh, that would have been like also like a good way to put like the story too, yeah.